The heavily anticipated and villain-centric DC Extended Universe movie, Suicide Squad, is finally being released upon the world. Does the film live up to the hype, or does it deserve to have its head blown off? Okay, that sounds a little harsh, but when we talk about the movie, you'll get it. I'm not a sadistic person, I swear. As with all my reviews, I'll go over a brief, spoiler-free plot synopsis, the good and the not-so-good. For those not in the know, the Suicide Squad is an assortment of various DC villains that are allowed to reduce their prison sentences if they fulfill various dangerous missions. The thought is, if they succeed, then they're giving back to society in ways they definitely wouldn't otherwise. And if they fail, well...
If they get caught, we throw them under the bus.
This particular incarnation of the team consists of Deadshot, one of the world's most deadly assassins who never misses, Harley Quinn, the former psychiatrist to the Joker turned girlfriend, Killer Croc, a big terrifying crocodilian type that was run out of the Gotham sewer system by Batman, El Diablo, a former gangbanger who is adept at pyrokinesis, and Captain Boomerang, an Australian bank thief with a penchant for throwing... boomerangs. The person in charge of the team is Rick Flag, who is a decorated war veteran turned team leader. All of these people answer to Amanda Waller, who acts as a kind of team supervisor/enforcer. To stay in control, Waller implements explosive charges into the necks of all the team members to ensure that they don't get out of line. The goal of the team is to stop Enchantress, a powerful witch who possessed the body of June Moon, an archaeologist that stumbled upon an ancient cave where the Sorcerer's spirit dwelled. Now, it's up to the crew of assorted villains to stop Enchantress and her plans of world domination. Let's start off with all the good things Suicide Squad has going for it. First off, Margot Robbie does a great job of portraying Harley Quinn. Her accent and general mannerisms are, for the most part, all spot on. Jared Leto's Joker is also really great. I just wish we had more of him in it. Finally, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller is perfect casting. She embodies this no-nonsense authority figure that always has another card to play. As far as other standout aspects of the film go, the special effects and sound design were quite well done. The makeup used for Killer Croc was excellent, and all the costumes were generally on point. Now to the shortcomings of the film, which were sadly many. First off, the writing is awful. Often it ranges from cliched to downright sigh-worthy. It really takes you out of the moment when you hear a lot of the forced one-liners and comebacks. Next, we have the backstories, which all felt horribly rushed and haphazardly put together. This film is in dire need of a re-edit. We see so many brand new faces in this film, and we barely get enough time to learn about one before we jump to another. Perhaps a standalone Batman film with Joker, Harley, and Killer Croc previous to this film would have allowed the other characters to be more fleshed out and less shallow. Speaking of Harley again, she becomes less of a strong female lead and instead more of a sexy object, which is unfortunate. It also didn't help that the Joker felt very shoehorned into the picture instead of being intertwined into the narrative. But, in an effort to save time, I'm going to rapid fire my last few complaints. Will Smith's Deadshot was boring and a waste of his talents. There was little to no character development for anyone. The villain was boring. Rarely did we see the team actually work together or have fun interactions. Bland and confusing fight scenes where many CGI monsters are dispatched gets old quick. More shoehorned cameos from other prominent DC heroes and a half-baked attempt to expand the DC Extended Universe, and an excessive use of modern music that rarely fit their respective scenes. Whew, oh boy. All that being said, you'd think I completely despise Suicide Squad, but I don't. A lot like all the other DC films we've had thus far, Suicide Squad has moments where you can see potential. They have a good cast, an immense budget, and a hungry fanbase. But the story and rushed implementation of so many brand new characters bogs down a pretty by-the-numbers story. Hopefully, DC's next attempt at this group is more cohesive and better directed, because at this point, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Agree with my review? The Joker sure didn't, because he sent me this little video after he saw my final score.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Regardless of Joker's threats, let me know what you think in the comments below, and feel free to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Also, if you want to hear a more in-depth conversation about the Suicide Squad, check out our weekly podcast, The Critical Podcast, where we'll dissect the movie even further. Thanks for stopping by, and take it easy. I just want to mention one last thing here at the very end about Katana, who is someone I didn't bring up in the review at all, seeing as she's kind of part of the squad, not the squad. It's kind of confusing, but I think she's a very interesting character. I thought she was a strong female, and they really needed more of that, and I'm hoping to get that fleshed out in the future, because I think she could be very compelling and interesting. So, here's hoping for more Katana in the future.
Bye-bye!